Hello everybody, this is Liz from Trellis and I'm back for a knitting, dyeing episode of whatever this is. How are you? Welcome. It's been a while that I haven't done a podcast and there's been several reasons and I do feel bad. So I'm really sorry I haven't been in touch, but this summer was very eventful and in my personal life and with Trellis, lots of things happening, and it was a bit stressful for me to do a podcast because I didn't have my mind on doing a podcast. I wasn't in the right time frame to do a podcast, and so I feel bad that I haven't been more present and more sharing with you. Just sorry. End of July and my birthday, I was in Belgium, and coming back I had so much to share and tell you. That I was with by night Natalie, and we did some indigo dyeing and it was nice. And then it was really great because I got to see people from the northern part of France that I hadn't seen, from the Belgian area, Brussels more specifically. And it was so great to catch up and meet all of you. And it was kind of cool to have a cooler, weather. And actually we're lucky because it was kind of sunny. It was raining a bit, but great. And then I was, coming back and I was ready to share all my experiences and what I did and what I casted on, which I will show you later on. But then the big fires, if you've seen, there were lots of fires in Greece, and two of them were very close at heart to me. The one was really near from Athens, and I live in the 11th floor, and which is kind of rare in Athens to have, so high, bigger buildings. So I could actually see the flames from my balcony, and it was really stressful. And I had many friends that the fire was very close to them, and there were lots of animals there, and so I tried as much as I could with some friends to volunteer and help people, and also to bring them, foods and water. So I really had my mind on that, and also I had lots of things to dye. So I was really, on the move and trying my best to do kind of bit of everything. And so the podcast went a bit behind. And then the second fire was in the island of Evia. I have no idea how they pronounce that in English. Evia, maybe, I don't know. And that one, they were saying, in the northern part of Evia, that it was the fire, but actually it was in the middle part of the island. But until they did something, almost half of the island was burned, and it actually reached the northern part of the island where my parents were. And it was very stressful because my nephew and my niece, thankfully they had just left with their dad, but still my parents were there. So I was very, in the first part of the fires, I was very, onto things and helping and trying also to dye and work at the same time, and do, as much as I could for, I don't know, I want to say community, but it's not the right word. Anyways, try to be, helpful. Anyways, I think that's more correct, more accurate. And then I was worried and I couldn't do much, and I think that really drained me after being very active and very, thinking and doing, actually not thinking, but doing as much as I could. And that's also when I decided that, whoever buys any of my patterns in August, that it will go somewhere to be, helpful. In the beginning, I said the Red Cross, but because I saw that a friend of mine who's a reporter, and he's a reporter in the US, his Facebook page is the Greek Reporter, and he's actually done lots of funding for disasters and previous years in Greece. So I decided actually to give the money to him because I know how he is going to give it to people that are in need, and it felt more personal to me. So when all those things were a bit, over and settled, and my parents were safe, I just needed a break a bit from everything. So I started not posting so much on Instagram. And then I think I needed a bit more of self-care for myself. And end of August, I was in the northern part of France for a small event, Exceptionnel, and it was really great. I saw again Natalie, and I had already managed to be there for 10 days, so a bit early and a bit later on than the event, and I had the greatest of times. I was finally back to Cécile, the previous owner, the old owner of La Cabane Tricotée, and she's like a mother to me. So it was really like going back, not only seeing friends, but family. And it was really, really wonderful and relaxing and exciting because we did some over dyeing in some of my yarns that she used to have, and in some of other people's yarn, and it was really great. And actually it was with green shades dyes, which is something that I have no idea, I don't use, so it was really nice to experiment with that, and it was something new. And we cooked a lot. We actually did homemade bagels. Oh my god, you guys, it's so good. I actually bought the book with the recipe, and I just can't wait to make all the bagels for my friends. And yeah, so that was really, like having a lot of self-care and taking a step back, and to focus a bit on myself. So I'm really sorry that in August I wasn't really sharing what I was doing. It's not that I didn't want to, it's not that I didn't thought of you. Of course I think of you and of the podcast, and if, not the podcast because I don't have many followers, like, the sharing experience for me, because it's very important, as I don't have any Greek real community here, and I miss sharing. And me doing these videos is kind of bit, a self expressing and showing whatever I'm doing. So I have other stuff, but I don't have them here because I'm in the studio and then out. And then when I came back from France 2 weeks ago, I was PMSing, had my period. Then I also needed to dye lots of things, because in October I'm going to the US and I want them to ship as soon as possible. And then the last minute, last week, a friend of mine said, I finally have my days off, would you like us to go somewhere? And because I felt, again, very tired because of my period and having to rush, I said, okay, if we just leave for a couple of days, I could come with you. And we went to the beautiful island of Hydra, which is not far from Athens. It's a couple of hours with a ferry. And then the magic of Hydra is that no cars are allowed, no bikes are allowed, and there's only donkeys if you want to have transportation. And then you walk around, or you take like a water taxi to get you from other places to the island. And for me, Hydra is one of the most magical places. So I really felt that it was like being in a spa, just not having, the motors, and the sounds of the cars and all that was just amazing. And so today I was packing stuff, and that's why everything is almost empty. Here there's some more hair Poseidon that needs to be scanned and labeled, but I will do that tomorrow. and I have 3 IKEA bins, big ones, to label. Actually, I'm gonna do just a smaller one today because I'm doing the podcast. And because I'm quite tired, I think I'm just gonna take this bin and label it. Well, maybe I'll take it home and just put a series, you know, I don't know. Ideally, if my back wasn't hurting, I would have taken the 2 other bigger bins that are super full with me, but it's okay. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna come in the studio early and I'm gonna pack some that needs to live at a place and then do the others that are coming with me in Lyon. Yes. So I didn't plan this way for the podcast to go, but yeah, as I'm talking about, you know, previous moves now, yes, so beginning of October, the Knit It Lyon is happening. So the Knit It was supposed to happen in April 2020, then it was supposed to happen in April 2021, and it's happening the 2nd and 3rd of October 2021. And I'm very happy, I'm very excited to go to Lyon. It's a city that I don't know. My sister was for a few months a student there, but I have never been. I had an uncle who lived there for 10 years, but I've never been. And I'm very excited because I'm also going to see some old schoolmates from my school when I was in France. So I'm very happy and very excited to share all that big experience and see more of you guys. So I'm going to have different bases. Actually, all the yarn that was left from Exceptionnel will be there. And also I'll have lots of Ares, which is the sock yarn, and have some of Iram. Not so many options in colorways as the sock yarn, as Ares, but quite a few. And I will have my favorite DK, which is the Gaia with the Donegal. And I'm very excited. I hope you're gonna love them as much as I do. And there's going to be a shawl launching with my yarn with DK. So yeah, I'll have the yarn if you want it, yeah. Anyways, and then from the 10th to the 20th of October, I will be yours truly in New York. Yes, I'm so happy. I'm very happy. So that's why the shelves are empty. It feels sad, but also joyful at the same time, because that means I'm gonna see you. Yes. Because people will be seeing me and all that, and I will not be here physically. And also one of my stockists is still closed for the summer vacation. I decided to open up pre-orders as usual. You know, you grab your colorway and the base that you want. Good news is that I can get you back 2 more bases as pre-orders. How exciting. So it will be the DK, the Donegal DK Gaia, and the Yak sock, which his name is Yama. So it's gonna get back into all that, but because that means a lot of work, me on the computer, I think by end of the week everything will be set, because there's lots of colorways, yes. And I have to go into each one of those listings to make the changes. But this will be on by end of the week, pre-orders. The pre-orders will be up for almost a month because I will be away until the 20th of October. Well, I will be back and forth. Whenever I can dye something early on, if I have the stock, I will do it. But most of them will be dyed end of October and shipped beginning of November. I will also have some surprises for you to check, and I will also have options for you for several things that I want to do, some projects, and I'm thinking of maybe doing a knit along. And can I say which knit along I want to do? Okay, I really love, I don't even remember the name of the pattern. My God, shame on me. So it's the new, anyways, I don't remember the name of the pattern because I wasn't really thinking of proposing it because I wasn't sure. But now, like, I'm thinking aloud, is that I would really love to do the Hooky Locatelli's last sweater from her fall collection. She has a fall knit along, so if you want to join that, please do. You know me, I'm not really following what other people do because just my program is like changing all the time. But I was thinking, because right now I'm mostly focusing on my Rhinebeck sweater, which I'm falling behind with all the craziness. Anyways, I will show it to you in a bit. I was thinking that maybe you would like us to do this sweater. Take a picture here, the name here. Maybe in November or December, or November, or whatever. Let me know if it's something that you would like, it would be interesting. I think I'm just gonna do a poll also on Instagram to have, you know, more numbers if you were interested. But it's something that I really like. It's a brioche sweater. It needs 2 colors. I think like most of the sizes needs 2 skeins of 2 colors, so it doesn't go, you know, much more expensive skein wise, but I'll have to check a bit more in details. But I think that's my first impression. Yeah, I'll have to really read, you know, the sizes and look, you know, about the kids, how many skeins you need and whatever. But I've already taken some beautiful combos, and oh my god, I don't even know which one to choose, because I would like it to be more, you know, calm sweater, just contrasting like black and gray like she did. But I just want to go crazy as well, because come on, it's brioche. Yeah, like color is power. Yes. And I'm also knitting something very quiet, as you're going to see in a bit. So what should I show you first? So I got some yarn when I was in Natalie's by night. She gave me some beautiful skeins for my birthday, but I don't have them here. I'm sorry, I have them at home because I really love them and I'm looking at them and I have ideas. Well, Killian Hunter's some Killian Hunter's sweaters, yeah, and I don't have them. I'm really sorry. Actually, I should say sorry, Natalie, because I love them, but I'm gonna try to take a picture and put it over here if I remember. Please don't be mad if I don't remember, but I think I took a picture when I came back from that small event that we did, these open days. So if I don't remember to take a new picture, I'll try to find that one. Okay. Yes. So at Exceptionnel, I just got 2 skeins actually. And one is 100% yak yarn, and it's from Fil Indigo, and I took, surprise, the indigo colorway. I actually really would love to have a sweater's quantity of that yarn, but it was very expensive because 100 grams of hand-dyed yak, it's expensive. To say the truth, I think it would have been smarter if she had 50 grams skeins, but yeah, that's just my opinion. I would just, even, you know, like not having the shock of the price, but it's really soft. I can't wait. And I actually didn't know what to do with one skein. I was thinking like a hat, and you know me, I love to do hats. For me, hats is the new sock. Forget about socks. No, don't forget about socks, but you know what I mean. I prefer knitting hats, so I thought a hat. But then I'm really awful. I was looking at my stole and I really liked it with my NYX, which is my MCN base, Merino Nylon Cashmere. In Chaos is a ladder. And now I'm thinking of doing a cowl with a jacquard, like a ferile cowl, with this and that. And I just can't wait to have the squishiness around my head. I haven't really thought of a pattern. Somebody showed me the Helix cowl, which is made with lace, with I think La Bien-Aimé's lace. But I was thinking you know, who cares if it's lace or not? I want something chunky and squishy around my face, so maybe I'll do that. Or maybe if, I don't know, I find something that goes up and just do it, you know, as far as I have yarn. I don't know, maybe just a simple brioche one, like my quadrioche pattern, but I think this would be really nice in ferrule. What do you say? If you have ideas of a cowl or a cholette or something, you know, like squishy around the neck. So I have 400 meters of each, and I just can't wait. Then I got from Madame Guillotine, which is really nice, very joyful person, like very cheerful, and I think she loves crazy colors as much as I do. I think she's kind of like a new dyer, but I really like what she does. And I just bought a sock yarn of this very neony speckled. I really love speckles and I like neons, you know it. The name is Sugar Sprinkle. And actually she's a dyer at Lyon, so I think she's gonna be probably at the Knitted Lyon. I have to say I'm very bad. I never like look around who's going to be in the next festivals because I like to have the surprise. It's not that I'm snobbing anyone. If they're friends of mine, I know that they're gonna be there, so I'm happy. But then I like to have kind of be the surprise of who's gonna be there. And so many times, you know, I'm speaking with someone, it's like, oh, but they're gonna be there. Don't you know it? Like, haven't you looked at, you know, the people who's gonna be there? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, really? Why? And I'm like, I like to have the surprise. I'm like to be, you're here, or, oh, this is new. So Madame Guillotine, yarns to die for, and yeah, I was actually thinking that it's gonna be really fun to have socks like that, you know, but I think it's gonna be a hat, and I think it's gonna be that hat. Of course, I don't remember it, but it's from the Urban Knit from, I don't remember her name, the Urban Knit book. There was, Charlotte had it in France and she showed it to me, and it was just really cute, and I really loved the hats in the book. So I'm thinking of doing the one that is ribbed. I'm gonna find a picture, and it's really cute and nice, and I think with just a simple pop, why not, right? And two other things that I got from Cécile that used to have like a bande tricoté. She had some yarn still from the shop, and I got those yarns without knowing what am I gonna do. So she had two skeins from Lelaine Biscotte, which is her 85 merino, 15% nylon. So I could do like 4 pairs of socks, but it's not gonna happen, guys. And she had the two skeins of those. So one is much more heavier speckle than the other one. So I thought maybe two skeins, two sock skeins with the third one is a top, like a ferrule or whatever, or very contrasting, just the top, and this, the body and the sleeves. Or it could be, I don't know what, some stripes, you know, whatever. I haven't any idea. I'm thinking gonna pair it with something from my stash, and I have things that go well from my stash or from my yarns, but I have no idea. If you have any ideas, you can just send them to me, or it could be even stripes like this. You know, the back, like the main color could be that, and then have some stripes, maybe a confetti sweater from Vera Valimaiki, but I have already the yarn for a confetti sweater from Vera Valimaiki, but anyways, that's an idea. And then the other is that I really like squishy stuff. You know, I have already my idea for the cowl, and she had 4 skeins of Malabrigo Twist, which is 130 meters. I'm doing this because I'm thinking, because it's written in yards, but it's 130 meters, I think, of twist. So the Malabrigo Twist is a yarn that I think doesn't exist anymore, because in the Malabrigo website, I couldn't find the twist base, or I didn't search well. Anyways, 137 meters is heavier than worsted. it's bulky. And I have 4 skeins, which it's not really enough for a garment, but for a squishy something, it's quite good. And the colorway is Pearl 10, which is a graphite gray. It's a gray, you know, it's a gray that looks a bit purplish in some light. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. Something squishy, I think, and fast for around my neck, or again hats, or again maybe something for, oh, there was a beautiful shawl that Cécile Lafifille had, and it was crocheted. It was fingering weight, but I was thinking, why not do that crochet shawl, but in bulky yarn, and you know, as big as it goes, you know. So I don't know, maybe it could be that. Maybe also for extra squishness, because I love to do that, why not add with that and knit or crochet with that some mohair. Guys, I know, but I really love mohair, and it's nice, and it's gonna add even more warmth. It's gonna just, you know, fluff up all the bigger, you know, holes of the yarns, and it's not gonna add more weight. It's gonna be so squishy and warm. Oh, I want it. Anyways, that's an idea. So that's the things that I got. I also, from when I went the end of July for my birthday, I got this nude, beautiful, big, how do you say it? In Greece they call those banana bags. It's like funny bags, I don't know. But you don't wear it like that. It's actually like a bag, and you wear it like this. It's actually, I thought that it was super huge. This is the Vegas. It's named the Vegas XL, and there is a smaller one. Natalie by Nine has the smaller one for events to put, you know, the money in. And I found another smaller one when she came in France, and I got that for me for when I'm in events. But I don't have it here. Maybe I should do like a video only about my mood bags, because I just love it. Actually, the one that I wanted is the Saturn, the smaller one. It's a cylinder, but it doesn't have clasps to have it, you know, around or put it and take it. And there's the Saturn XL, which is huge cylinder, and it has a strap, but it's like super big. No, I don't want the super big to take it with me. I want the small one. And I'm like, I even contact them via Instagram, and I send them a message. And I was like, when I was in Natalie's and she had all the nude bags, I was like talking to the customers, and I was like, yeah, but do you think this would be a good idea to have a strap? Oh yes, I didn't think of that. Oh, how come it doesn't have a strap? So I think she talked with them also, and I think they're going to have a change of design to have a strap. So yes, so maybe I'll do a video about those bags when I have also the Saturn with the clasps. Yeah. Or just somebody talk to them and tell them, you know, like, Liz, this is super fun girl and she takes beautiful pictures. You should send her bags, you know. Anyways, so I really love it, and it's been my favorite thing to have when I'm longboarding, and if we're going like a bigger distance, instead of having my backpack, I just carry that, and it's like super amazing. Anyways, now, what am I knitting? I haven't finished anything, don't ask me, it's okay. This summer was so hot. At some moment I wasn't knitting like for 3 weeks or something like that, which is very rare, but at least I finished some books. So the thing that I started while I was at Natalie's was this thing, which is a bit weird. It's not striped. The stripes is like the pulling of the yarn. It's my colorway Shadow and Bones, and it's a headband. And what I like in this headband is that it starts with this little sleeve, and then it will have another one, and actually you tie it. So, you know, you're not have to stress, you know, if it's gonna be too close or too large, or, you know, you're just doing it, and then you attach it on the top, and it has the knots. and I really like it. I did a bit of a, not really a mistake, but it has this little cabling over here that you see just on one side. I went ahead and I'm doing it on both sides. I don't know why, don't ask me why. I just, well, we were talking and I started knitting it, and then she was like, what did you do? And because I like now the pulling that it has, I'm scared that if I start, you know, just keeping the pattern on one side, it will just change the pulling. And yeah, I actually really like it. Yeah, I've done half of it. I need to do the other half, but I started knitting my Rhinebeck sweater, and so I haven't touched it anymore. And as it's been the heat, I haven't finished it. Otherwise, I would have finished it for sure. So my Rhinebeck sweater is the Nordiska by Caitlin Hunter. I wanted to do it initially with some of Natalie's by Night's colorways, but then I was thinking of having her colorways for the contrasting part of the sweater, which is this over here on the bottom in the jacquard, in the ferrule, and have as a main color Le Louvre, which is a bit mustardy. I had it over here. I can show it to you, like this color as a main. And actually, I really like this color. I'm gonna do a sweater for sure with this color, Le Louvre, or Golden Hour, which is kind of a bit the same colorway but without the speckles. But I think it's just a bit more fun with the speckles, right? But then I had Escape Now, which in a skein. Wait for it. I don't have any Escape Nows over here. Yeah, sorry. Well, I had over here. So Escape Now, and I decided to go with that. And the contrasting colors is going to be Freaking Bacon and Manawi. I don't have them here, but you're gonna see them as I go and knit more. So I had this with me now when I was in France, and I actually knitted. It starts from here and you go back and forth, but it does a V neckline. So I just assembled here, and I've only knitted like, I don't know, an inch, yeah, 2.5 centimeters, and it just goes around. I have to do, I think, two more repeats of those rounds with the increases for the sleeves, and then I'll join it. And it's really cute because it has these little cables in the front and the back, and I find this really cute. And it was very funny because, you know, usually I'm the one knitting the more screaming colors, and this time I was like the subtle knit in the table, which was fun and okay. But I think, you know, after that, I just can't wait to go to the ferrule section. I think until then I'm going to be a bit bored, but you know, it's gonna be okay, right? And yeah, that's kind of it. I don't think it's very exciting for me to show you more because I haven't been into the ferrule section, but it's coming. It's coming. Yes. And last but not least, I finished the book We Were Liars. I think I talked about it in the last time. I actually really enjoyed it, and it's kind of a bit of a short book, so it's nice. It's very enjoyable and easy because it's in, you know, the girl is like, you're in her thoughts, and it's really great. And it's a bit confusing, but you're not feeling confused or heavy, you know, while reading it. So I think it's a really nice book for the summer, you know, or when you just want a nice, cool company and with a bit of a wondering what's gonna happen, but, you know, not going crazy over it as well. So it was really easy going. Now I have lots of books. I actually started a book which is actually kind of a bit like a debate of the Greek philosophers. So, and it's about Plutarch and Aristides. I don't know how to pronounce that in English. Aristides, I don't know. So Plutarchos and Aristides, and they're talking about, self-talk, like to praise yourself, actually. So Plutarchos was saying that it's good to praise yourself, but without making other people jealous. So if you're praising yourself in a way that it's not insulting, that it's not vulgar, that it's not arrogant, it's good and you should do it. Then on the other side, Aristides is saying that it doesn't matter if you're arrogant or whatever, if the facts are true. So actually, I'm in the middle of the book, and in the beginning you just have, like a presentation of the two ideas and kind of bit of the debate. And then you have just the original text, not really in ancient Greek, but in modern Greek, the original text. Well, the translation from the ancient Greek to the modern Greek of the original text of Plutarchos on one side and then Aristides on the other side. And I think that's interesting because, there's no answer, what do you think? And I like that perspective because I think there's truth in both opinions. And so I'm reading that, and at the same time, because that's a bit more serious reading and all that, and I have many fiction waiting for me, but I decided to grab a trilogy that it's not very big. It's actually like the other trilogies that I have, like this is the first book. So it is by Victoria Schwab, and I really like Victoria Schwab. She's actually, the first trilogy that I read from her was my companion 2 years ago in October when I was in Canada. So I don't know, maybe it's fate, maybe it's fall and I want to go into ghost cities, but it's this. I don't remember what the trilogy is called, but I really loved the books of this edition. And his first book, City of Ghosts, second book, Tunnel of Bones, and then Bridge of Souls. I don't even remember what it was talked about, but I remember this cover is different and I had it because it's a signed copy, and I'm a fan of Victoria Schwab, and I wanted it signed, and I got actually the third book because it was signed, and then I found this really beautiful edition. So I don't know, maybe I'll take, because I'm a geek, the third book in the same edition to have them match, because come on, it's so good, it's red and black and okay, whatever. And and maybe I will give it away, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm very excited to start that. I have no idea what it is. Here it's written, a haunted girl, an adventure like no other. What's it's written in the back? They're here, they're watching. Cass can pull back the veil that separates the living from the dead. When Cass's parents start hosting a TV show about the world's most haunted places, the family heads off to Edinburgh. Here, graveyards, castles, and secret passageways teem with restless phantoms. But when Cass meets a girl who shares her gift, she realizes how much she still has to learn about the veil and herself, and she'll have to learn fast. The City of Ghosts is more dangerous than she ever imagined. So I think it's gonna be really cool hanging around me with Cass and this other girl with the gift. Will be a good time for me, and fall, preparing my Rhinebeck sweater and Halloween, yes. So that's kind of it. I don't have much else to talk about, except that I also can't wait to put some of my propagation into soil and have new cuttings to propagate and then give to people, to friends. And now I'm seeing for the first time, there's actually living creatures in the water. Anyways, they're going to be on soil. in a couple of days. Anyways, that's just it. Let me know if you're interested of doing a knit along with the Hohi sweater. I'll be asking that also on Instagram. And yeah, take care. I will have to think about, you know, the knit alongs and the pre-orders. I want to ship yarns to start, so maybe it will be, you know, a December knit along, or December January knit along, or maybe because it's a sweater, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, but I'll let you know. And don't forget, color is power, fiber is our weapon.